What is up, watch friends? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony, and today I am wearing my Rolex GMT Master 2 Batgirl. Just got it a few days ago, and well, you know, it's my Grail watch, one of my Grail watches. I love this watch. I got to thank everyone at Bindi Jewelers and Juan and all that. So let's talk about the Rolex Waitlist, and is it becoming easier to get Rolex? So let's roll the intro and we'll talk about it.
You're watching Timepieces with Tony. Talking Timepieces with Tony.
All right, so this is just kind of a random video about the Rolex Waitlist and are they easier to obtain now. And I'm going to say this. People, you know, there's this whole thing about the waitlist. Then there was this whole thing about, no, there's no waitlist, okay? So we've all done, all this YouTubers and whatever have done videos on this whole thing, but and even my little sister, who was at an AD getting her Milgauss service, taking it, you know, sending it to Rolex to get it serviced, asked about an Explorer, and they told her there's no wait list, and she goes, well, can I pick one up? She goes, well, they're like, well, you'd have to wait quite some time before that comes in. It's like, so how do I wait? What is it? How do I get this watch, right? There is a wait list, okay, but it's not an official Rolex wait list. There's never been an official Rolex wait list. Rolex have nothing to do with any of that. They send watches to their authorized dealers, and then the authorized dealers pick and choose who they want to sell the watch to. If the authorized dealer likes you or whatever, they take your name down. For instance, my rep Juan, what he'll do is he has a little booklet, he puts your name in it, what you're looking for, and that's pretty much it. You know, and if 100 people are looking for a Submariner, and he'll go, I remember that dude, he was coolest, you know, then that's most likely the guy that's going to get the Submariner, the guy that comes in and starts throwing around how much money he has and how he can, you know, buy and sell everybody in the store and puts his name down for the Rolex Submariner isn't going to get the Rolex Submariner. So it's pretty simple, you know. It's all about, do they like you? You know, are they going to put your name on the list? The list, right? Having said that, are watches becoming easier to get? You know, Rolex. And I'm going to say yes and no, because between me and a friend of mine, a buddy, he's got a different AD than I do, and his AD's offering him watches, then in turn lets me know if I have any interest or know anybody who likes these watches. And then in turn, sometimes I will get, one will send me a text message and say, hey, I have this available, do you know anyone? Knowing that I'm not probably interested in it. And that's kind of how it is. And it's like, if we know anyone that is cool or whatever, then we'll say, hey, so-and-so is interested in this watch. It's a little tiny network thing. No one's flipping anything because we don't exchange the money. You know, I don't exchange any money. Money doesn't come across my hands. It's like, basically I'll say, hey, one or so-and-so has a Datejust 36 two-tone Wimbledon. Are you interested in it? Yeah, and then gets taken care of from there. But it's not like it's not a flipping game, you know, nothing like that whatsoever. So, and those watches are becoming, I'd say, Datejust more specifically, two tones, as well as some yacht masters, some of the Sea Dwellers are becoming a little bit more readily available. However, I do see that. I also know that there is a certain, I'm calling anyone out, but sometimes they'll have watches that they say, hey, if they're called walk-in watches, someone who comes in and says, hey, I am looking for a lady's Datejust 31 millimeter, do you have one? Oh, yes I do, right in the back. It doesn't happen all the time, but you know, there are certain watches that are allocated for store walk-ins, right? So in that sense, I think it's becoming easier. Not every watch is extremely difficult to get at this point, you know. So I don't think, you know, like the sports models are going to be on the displays anytime soon. But I do see Datejust and even OPs kind of becoming more readily available. So that's kind of where I see it, because I know what I'm getting offered, and I know what my buddy's getting offered, and so they are starting to, it's starting to get. I don't want to say back to normal how it used to be when you could walk into an AD and buy whatever you want, but I think you're going to start seeing more Datejusts. I think any of the lists, the wait list is going to be a much shorter wait than previously. I think for watches like the Batman here is still going to be, I don't know. I don't foresee anyone being able to pick one of those up anytime soon, unless you've already got a good spending history. And like I say, in my case, I have a good spending history and made a good impression with not only my sales rep, but the owner of the company. So having said that, I just wanted to do kind of a quick video on that. I hope everyone's doing well. It is Wednesday, so that's all I got to say. I appreciate everyone who likes, subscribes, and the amount of views I got on my last video was pretty insane for me, but I know it's one of those things that you get great views, a lot of views on one video and then nothing on another one. So having said that, you guys, I hope you have a good night and take care.